Welcome to Eden. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land and waters on which we are gathered this evening.
On this harbour, where stories have travelled across water for thousands of years, we pay our respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to any First Nations people here with us this evening. We are very grateful to be able to tell this story here tonight. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Before roads,
before names,
before cars
and smoke,
before anyone decided,
before we were told, be careful,
there was the river.
Not a line, not a border,
a mouth, a long unspoken warning.
The river is silent.
It keeps moving.
Our river is shaped like a woman
or a girl
who never left, a body that wouldn't stay where it was put.
It curves through the valley like a spine, or a memory. The river moves slowly there, widening and narrowing at will, swelling after rain, withdrawing in dry months, teaching the land the rhythm of taking and release.
Paddocks rest against her banks as if listening. They hold the marks of labour. Rusted gates recall hands that no longer return. Fog pools thick in the mornings, slow and deliberate, erasing edges, fence lines, road bends, the distance between one building and the next. Mist rises from the water and settles over the valley like a held thought.
The river moves quietly, almost secretively, its course worn into the earth long before anyone thought to name it.
And the ground remembers where water once stood.
Houses sit back from the road, watching. Doors face away. Windows stay small. At night, the dark feels damp, intimate. Arriving early, staying, pressing low against windows, making familiar sounds. Wind in grass, a dog calling across fields. Feel like messages sent too late.
We learn early how to move with her. When to wade, when to wait, when to let something go.
She gathers, she witnesses.
All is held, buried into the valley's soft, unyielding heart. And if you stand very still at the bend,
where the water lies flat and deadly,
you can feel her deciding.
Not who goes in, but who gets back out. You thought the river was just water.
You thought stories were for bedtime.
This is the part where people say, nothing like that happens here.
But rivers don't belong to towns, and stories don't end when people stop listening. Under the tough green, dark green, dense green leaves, I look up to see the sun shining through. Can't touch me here. Not a sound, but for the rustle of leaves on vines swaying in Lightgate's blue. Mum says farms like this are disappearing. Dad says ours won't. The dirt beneath me, chocolate staining socks and knees and hands and rows of vines exploding with delicate flowers. And it feels like heaven.
Hey!
What happened to your face?
Oh, only dirt. Killer's wife, Runt pushed me.
Killer's wife, as wide as she is tall, with the voice of a sergeant.
And Runt, a small devil, dirt smudged and buttoned in blue.
Her husband shoots rabbits on our farm. Spotlight and rifle. Bang!
Up the hill to Nan's. Shortcut to Nan's. Can see her roses coloured and careful sitting above her fence. Rocks in my pockets. Killer's dogs come at me. And I aim. Yes! Second stone hit!
That Kit one, fancy girl. You little bitch. Come here, Runt.
What you doing, kitty cat? Get off our path and leave buffalo.
Get her, right?
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And he swipes at me. Oh, get off me! Oh, and with a fistful of mud, he's got me. I run.
Go run after. Show her what's what. He's gonna get you.
I run. Forget Nans and straight down into the hop field, over a thin wire fence that wobbles as I spring. Run's checkered shirt and dirty trainers catch up and then drop and disappear below the rise. It's dark. Damp. It smells familiar. Dizzying. Ancient. At top, sun dances off the sprays of high-up sprinklers, creating little rainbows. Below, muddy boots step, step, step between rows of vines that sway in slow motion as I run. Taste of grit and dirt, cheeks sting, eyes sting, and now I'm free!
Kit always lands on her feet. It's not a trick, it's just the way she's built. Tall, loose, sure of herself. She moves like she trusts the ground to be where it's meant to be. And when she runs, she doesn't check back. When she stops, it's like the air does too. People notice. I notice. Those eyes that hold on a moment longer than they need to, like they're taking stock. I follow because she's quicker, because she knows the way, because she's good at things that I'm not. And sometimes I watch how she stands, how she shifts her weight, how she looks settled inside her own body. And it feels like standing too close to the edge of something, not falling, just close enough to know it's there. Let's go get tea. Mom, we're home. What are you doing in the shed?
Oh, don't come in here, Dan.
Kit's here. Can Kit stay for tea? Come see what happened to Kit's face.
Don't come in here.
Why?
Just stay where you are, Dan. Hi, Kit. Hi, darling. Look, I haven't had a chance to make tea yet.
Is Dad home yet?
I don't know. He went out. He's gone fishing.
Fishing? But it's...
Why don't you head into town and grab a pizza?
Yes! We grabbed money off the fridge. Bye, Mum, she called.
Keep away from the river and stay on the road. Poseidon's Pizza. It's dusk when we get there. Next to the co-op where my mum works. High Street. Red and green flashing lights. Garlic.
Tony, Antonio, face all floured and fingers dipped in rich red tomato sauce.
Hi, Tony.
Tony's limping.
Why are you limping?
Hey girls, what you having, eh? You got your money, eh? Limping? Yeah. Had a fall chasing the mongrels.
Boys from Dan's school, year 9s.
They stole drinks from the fridge.
Meat lovers steaks with extra olives.
Ah, good choice coming up with the extra olives.
Quiz show on TV.
Quiz show on TV. Quiz show on TV. You like to be rich, eh? Here you go. Extra garlic bread for you two.
Keep the change, Tony.
We leg it to Arthur's Square and sit on a bench across from St. Matthew's.
What happens when we die?
Depends on who you ask.
Nan says if we're good, we go to heaven.
What if you're medium?
Nan doesn't believe in medium. Dad reckons nothing happens. You just stop.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, I think that's the point though. When he left, Mum took us to St. Matt's just once to spite him, I guess.
Did it work?
Nah. Smells like old carpet.
I think maybe you go someplace you already know.
Like where?
Somewhere you've been heaps, so you don't get lost.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. I've been to the servo more than anywhere.
It's a different kind of heaven.
What about the river?
When people drown, they don't feel it long. Just cold, then quiet. Like, it doesn't take you someplace else, it just spreads you out.
Dan, you are so deep. Dan thinks before she speaks. You can see it. Like she's already somewhere else, turning things over. She notices stuff people walk straight past. I forget sometimes that she's listening, and then she says something that lands right where it hurts. Or right where it's true. She doesn't push in. She doesn't show off. She just stays put. People reckon she's quiet, but that's not it. She just doesn't waste words, and she doesn't care much what anyone thinks. Not really. I like that. It makes me feel like I can move faster knowing someone's holding the edges. There's something in her she keeps tucked away. I don't ask. I figure if it wants to surface, it will.
Do you reckon if you died in the river, you'd still be around?
Around how?
Like in the reeds, in the mud, in people's feet when they walk through.
That's gross.
But kinda better.
I don't want to go somewhere where no one knows me.
I don't want to go somewhere where everyone does.
Well, if I end up in the river, you'll have to come find me.
Fine. But if I don't...
You'd still know where I am.
The
mongrels!
Shit, hide!
Bruce, Pete and Tinker.
So I say to her, come on down the back of the shed and we'll share a smoke.
And she's like, oh, can I bring me friend? What'd you say, Brucey? What'd you say?
I say, one at a time, girls. I got a total stiffy. Total stiffy, big man. I'm panting.
Yeah. And did you share a smoke?
Wasn't it smoke? We were sharing your dick. Do you smell pizza?
Oh, pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza.
Hey, over there.
Hey, what do we got here, eh? 2 lesos and a meat lover's pizza. Yeah, I'll show them some meat, hey. Yeah, show them some meat, Pete. Show them some meat. Total stiffy, hey. Total stiffy.
Shut up, you dick. Pete, grab the pizza, will ya?
Yeah, with pleasure. Free drinks and pizza. Way to go.
Ew.
Fucking dudes.
Idiots. Come on, let's go. Your mum will be mental.
I'll come back to yours. Not going home tonight. Townsend's staying over. Him and Mum are rooting for sure.
Alan Townsend, the PE teacher from my school, and a total jerk, with his too tight shorts and his collar flipped up.
This morning.
I thought a mob of cat had come through the house.
Sorry, Mum. Thought we were being quiet.
Well, you know what Thought did.
No, what?
What do you mean, know what? Are you being smart?
No.
You should have been home by 8.
No buses.
Funny how there's never any buses when you're late. And you're always walking. You shouldn't be, it's dangerous. You don't know who's out there.
Everyone does it. I was with Dan.
Oh, she's still here?
Townsend ran her home.
When was this?
You're in the kitchen.
Well, where was he off to?
Didn't say. You don't have to wait up for us.
Don't be smart. Your father came by?
When?
Early.
And?
Dropped off the money. Not enough as usual.
Didn't stay long though.
Yeah, he had somewhere to be.
Funny, he always does now.
Don't start.
I saw him yesterday down the servo with her.
There's no her.
Mum.
People talk.
He had his hand on her back. They were laughing.
Okay, men put their hands everywhere. It means nothing.
She's young.
Well, who's she supposed to be then?
The girl from the bakery. The one with the red car.
Your father wouldn't do that.
He already did. He left.
That's different.
How?
Well, men leave. Doesn't mean they're carrying on.
Well, it does here.
Alan's moving into the chalet. He's
What?
fixing the hot water.
Oh yeah, at midnight.
Don't be smart. He helps out.
He stares.
Your father left us with nothing. We are managing your school fees just, but things are bad in town. I'm working double shifts. The chalet is empty and Alan wants to contribute. He's not a bad man, Kit. I'm not proud, I'm tired. And anyway, end of discussion. You call him Uncle Alan.
I could change schools. I could go to the public with Dan.
Oh, we are not having you in trouble at 15.
Oh, I'm not gonna get pregnant. Oh my god. So this is it.
This is life.
What this?
If you stand around waiting for life to be fair, you'll end up with nothing.
The door swings open. Uncle Alan's returned.
See? Hot water.
Yeah, that's not what he's fixing.
Enough.
So Dad's touching up the juvenile at the bakery, and you're hosting a creep, and I'm just meant to...
Eat your breakfast.
I'm not hungry.
Kit, don't you go making trouble where there is none. He is definitely not your uncle.
I grab Dan's arm and we start the walk home to hers in perfect moonlight, thinking about our imperfect world and dreaming of never having to be home on time, never having to deal with random uncles and vicious mongrels or absent fathers.
Hi, Mum.
Oh, you and your shadow, I see. Why don't you make yourself a sandwich? There's some stuff in the fridge.
Why are you sitting in here with the lights on?
Okay, just leave it off.
Mum, your face.
Go check on Kit, and then go tidy your room. Anyone would think you're living in a hotel.
Your face.
I ran into a door.
Well, where's Dad?
Just lower your voice.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, you don't talk like that. It was nothing, all right? He just loses his temper.
Why don't we leave?
And go where?
Anywhere where he can't hit you?
With what?
We'll work.
Where? Doing what? You're a child.
I'm not stupid.
Gosh, you think it's that easy? You think there are jobs just sitting there? I have been on this farm since I was 16. I turned up with nothing but a suitcase. Every bit of work I've ever had is here. Married the boss, and now I'm a woman with no trade and a story that no one wants. Here people know me. In town, I can put things on tick when the money runs short. I know who to call when the car won't start. Here, I know which weeks are bad and which weeks I can breathe. You leave and all that disappears. You don't just move houses, Dan, you lose your whole life.
I think staying is worse.
Well, I'm handling it.
We shouldn't have to.
It's not just about the money. You think I haven't wanted to go? It's walking into a street where no one knows your name. It's starting again with nothing to show for it. It's being tired already before the day even starts. Reckon every woman in this town's wanted to go. But wanting doesn't keep the lights on. Wanting doesn't get you through winter. Wanting doesn't put food in the cupboard. Here I know how things work. I know where the danger is and I know when to keep quiet. But out there, I don't know a thing. And not knowing is scarier than what I already understand. This place isn't good, but I don't have the strength to build a whole new life, so I hold this one together. Don't stir things up. Not tonight.
Then when?
Yeah, I'm never getting married.
Me neither. It's the end of life.
Boarding the bus after school. We're swallowed. Heat, backpacks, elbows, breath, bodies still buzzing from the day. Too close, too loud, nowhere to go.
The bus smells of heat and salt and something trying to break out of skin. I plonk onto the one remaining seat next to a slack-jawed, pimply-faced boy whose thatch of blonde hair is a beacon connecting him to a limited gene pool. So common in our country town.
Who are these people? When did they get so big?
It is the same every day.
Boys and bags. Boys and cigarettes. Uniforms are thinning and what's underneath learns to breathe. There's no seat. I stand.
The aisle becomes Kit's catwalk. Not because she wants it to be, but because there's nowhere else for her to go. Does she feel all eyes on her as she swings along the aisle? Her moves punctuated by the slow insistence of her hips, swept or pressed against my shoulder. She steadies herself against my thigh, and as she bends to lift her bag to the rack above, the bus breathes in. I watch. I feel the accidental press of her leg against my leg, the heat of her skin. I'm somewhere new. I look straight ahead. My cheeks burn. I pull at my chafing shirt with my freckled hand. I am enchanted. Relief. The bus slows. I stand with the force of the stop, and the pimply boy makes a fierce escape. Kit falls in close against me. Her face is pressed to mine. I feel her breath before I feel anything else. She smiles and whispers.
Move over.
Her voice is light. Her eyes are not. I breathe. I take her hand.
You're too close.
She says, but doesn't pull away.
If I lean forward, it won't be an accident.
Who taught us this is dangerous? A decision hovers in the space between us.
Neither of us moves.
Because if we do, there's no pretending after. The bus lurches on. The road narrows before the bridge, and everyone knows to look down.
Woo! We slow, not stopping yet. Brace of red and blue lights freckle the bridge. Police cars. Adults are dotted along the banks, still, watching. The school kids stand.
The bus tilts as weight shifts forward, a live thing struggling to keep balance. Peril hums through the aisle. The bus grinds to a halt.
Sit down, you kids!
No one sits.
An accident? What's going on?
Something's happening at the waterline. Voices lowered, hands pointing, a shape the eye keeps missing.
The testosterone-charged excitement spikes. Too much breath, too much movement. The door hisses open. Before the driver can even finish his thought, the swarm surges.
Bodies pile out. Kit takes my hands, certain.
Quick, this way.
She pulls me, not away from the river, but closer. We slip behind the blind side of the bus, ducking into the bushes, into the thick, rich undergrowth.
Leaves slap bare legs, branches catch. We don't stop.
We break through and the ground falls away. We are at the water's edge. She's lying where the river thins out.
At the bend, where the water lies flat and deadly.
Just before it gives itself to the Derwent, a shy stretch behind the willows, the water looks so harmless.
The intake's clear enough to see her until the light shifts. Legs bending with the current, face fractured by ripples like the river can't decide how much of her it wants to show.
Her hair is wound with willow leaves, long and pale, threaded like fingers that didn't let go. Silt dusts her scalp, fine and grey, the kind that settles on everything here, eventually.
Her dress has soaked up the smell of the flats. Wet grass, cow shit, old water, and there's hopvine caught in the hem, dry and fibrous, scratching at her calves. It pulls her back towards summer. One arm is pinned under her. The other drifts, opening and closing with the current. A silent, unseen conductor.
One shoe, muddy, heavy, useless. She's Mum's age.
She's snagged.
No, wrapped.
In half-buried fencing wire. Old boundary stuff left over from when paddocks were divided and no one came back to finish the job.
The join's twisted wrong where 2 lengths meet and tied off with baling twine. Blue twine, knotted twice. Rust stains the water, blossoming slowly like the river's bleeding. Oh! The gravel shifts above us, footsteps, careful, owned.
Townsend.
I shouldn't be down here.
Yeah, we were just...
I know.
He steps closer, not looking at the water. Behind him appears Killer's wife, hair done, mouth tight, hands folded like prayer.
Jesus, she's caught proper. Well, that wire will hold on to anything if it's twisted right.
She swallows hard.
Well, someone cover her face.
Beside her runt, he looks straight at the body. Oh, she's dead! I reckon she'll bloat. No one stops him. Mum, breathless, already apologising with her face.
Kit.
She stops herself, doesn't come closer.
It's all right, you didn't touch anything. Not a question. No? Kit opens her mouth.
Mum shakes her head, small, urgent.
The mongrels. Hands in pockets, too interested, pretending they aren't.
Ooh, a bit cold for a swim, eh? She must have really wanted something.
You don't end up down here unless you've been somewhere first.
Yeah.
Well, that's how people get ideas.
Uh-huh.
Funny thing is, I mean, people get interested when they stop breathing.
Yay.
You lot shouldn't be looking. Move back.
We don't. Not straight away. Some kids from school are crying. A police officer appears, notebook already open. Kit's mum steps forward. Do you see anything? No?
Damn. Mum moves then, finally.
Takes Kit's arm, not gently. Let's get out of here, now! We look back. The body hasn't moved. The river has.
She's cold. Townsend steps between us and the water.
That's enough. Back to the bus.
The bus horn blares, impatient. The mongrels peel away. Killer's wife shoves Runt in the direction of her ute without looking. Adults return to cars or stride out in the direction home.
She saw us.
No.
She did. As we reach the road, the bus door yawns open, waiting. Behind us, the town closes ranks.
We cross the river and away from all that we know. We can't go home yet. Let's walk around for a bit. We do, and later find ourselves back at Poseidon's Pizza.
Tony, Antonio, face all floured and fingers dipped in rich red tomato sauce.
Hi, Tony.
Tony shakes his head and wipes his hands.
He's pummeling the dough into compliant balls.
Ah, girls, it's a dark day. Did you hear? Did you hear a tragic story? Miss got tangled and went under. Feeling sorry for her, people.
Yeah, we were on the bus and it stopped at the bridge. She only had one shoe, and we saw...
Oh, don't give me any details. What you having? What you having, eh?
New starts on TV.
Well, let's turn that up, eh?
Look, it's no mystery. That bit of the river's always been like that. It goes up shallow, then it drops away, cold underneath.
Everyone round here knows it'll take strength right out of you. I mean, she shouldn't have been down there on her own. That's just sense.
I'd seen her earlier, from up the gully. She'd, had a few. She was carrying on about something, upset. Happens.
Shocking. I mean, if she'd gone home, if she'd waited it out, if she'd rung someone, or maybe she did, maybe she said something. But you can't go chasing maybe, so that's how people get ideas. End of the day, everyone's responsible for themselves.
She didn't know that river, so no. There's no need to keep on about it. No need to upset people. Nothing good comes from that. Best thing is to just leave it be.
I take Kit's hand. It's different now. More urgent. Sitting under the fluorescent lights of Poseidon's Pizza. It won't be us they'll find, washed up on the softening banks, tangled in weed and crusted with silt. It won't be us, turned by the tip of a foot or prodded with a stick, explained away.
We hear Tony call after us.
Stay where we can see you, girls.
But it sounds like he's talking underwater, and the red and green lights are a warning as we cross the street again to the park.
Beyond the park, we hear the disco spilling out of Smith's Hotel. Bright, relentless, impossible to ignore. Before anyone thinks to stop us, we're through the door, past the bouncer, swallowed by heat and bodies and light, and tonight, this feels like heaven! People spend their whole lives here.
Do you ever think about later?
Later how?
Not this!
All the time.
What happened on the bus?
Felt like home.
I reckon there are places where people don't know your history. Do you reckon there are places where you don't have to watch yourself?
How close you stand, who you want to touch. When you're not someone's daughter.
Or someone's mistake? Just you.
I think there are places where you don't have to be careful or stop yourself.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
A bloke sidles up to us.
Bit young for this end of town, aren't ya?
We're fine.
Oh, you looking? Well, I'll get the wrong idea with you dancing like that.
What idea?
Just how you carrying on.
We're leaving. Come on.
We should get out of here.
Why not? Just leave this place. Don't come back.
Oh, well, leave town. You reckon it's that easy? And what, run away with you? I know how to live here.
You know how to float.
My mum needs me.
So does mine.
Then why?
Because I won't let her turn me into this place.
If we leave, we lose everything.
If we stay, the river decides for us.
Oh, you really believe that?
We saw it.
And if I don't go?
I won't come back. If I stay, I disappear.
One bag.
No notes.
No goodbyes.
No looking back.
It's late.
Or early.
We split without ceremony. Agree to meet the first bus to the city. Before anyone's awake. Before anyone notices. That bus carries blow-ins on 5-acre blocks. The commuters heading into town. I take a shortcut. Blackberry, damp earth, old post. I am wired with the day's shock. With adrenaline, with the promise that we made. Ahead, half lit, a man bent over. He's pulling something. Old fencing wire. Rusted, half buried, it resists. He braces his foot and hauls. The wire comes loose with a thin metallic note. He coils it carefully. He looks towards the river. A length of blue twine spills from his pocket. He reaches for a cigarette and lights it. In the flare of the light,
Who's there?
my face goes hot, wet. I run.
The street outside Smith's Hotel. Not dark, not light yet. Shoes in hand, heels cooling on the concrete.
I hear him call out. My name? Maybe, or maybe just someone. I don't look back.
A car idles nearby. A man leans against it.
You right?
Blackberry tears at my legs. Damp earth slides. Old posts flash by like warnings I never learned.
I nod.
Cold morning.
I nod again. The silence stretches.
The town opens up in front of me and I don't slow down. Past the supermarket, shutters half down. Past the shops that never open. Past the co-op, dark and humming.
You right?
Past Poseidon's Pizza, still warm, still lit, like nothing has happened.
Yeah? The word comes out easily. Too easily. The man smiles. Gets in the car. Drives off.
My breath is too loud. It sounds like I'm drowning.
The street looks different now. A shop light flicks on. Someone sweeps. A radio crackles through an open door. Tragic incident. No foul play suspected.
I cross the park. The grass is silver with cold. I hear the river pressing on.
I start walking.
Past the park.
Past the river road. I don't look down.
St. Matt's rises out of the dark. Huge. Sandstone. Shut. Too early. I hit the doors hard. They don't move.
The town is waking up now. Doors opening, bins dragged out. Two women laughing behind a fence. Normal.
My breath echoes back at me of stone and timber. I slide down onto the step. That wire. The way he held it like it was nothing. I think of the woman from the gully. And I think of my mum. I press my head against the doors. Wipe my face. Stand. Get moving.
Kit arrived north. Of course she did. Or that's how it's told now. That's how I tell it. Caught the ferry from Devonport in that grey hour belonging only to water and leaving. The Bass Strait doing what it has always done. Indifferent, immense, a cold dark. The mainland assembling itself out of nothing. Like a decision you didn't know you'd already made. She stood there as the land took shape in front of her. Nothing like that happens here. We heard it like a rule. Like if you said it firmly enough, the place would obey. And for a while it did. Or we thought it did. Because nothing announces itself here, not properly. It starts as a feeling in the air, like something leaning just out of sight, waiting for you to notice that it's already begun. Remember? Kit loved a servo. The smell of petrol, the crackle of plastic around a pie, any time, early morning, late night, before the world has opinions. There's a particular grace to a servo, white lit and faithful, offering its small brightness to everyone going somewhere and everyone going nowhere, without distinction. A servo is a place the map hasn't quite claimed. Kit understood that. A car, great, gleaming, expensive. The kind of car that says you are no longer who you were in any place that thought it knew you. She didn't stop. She went straight to the bend where the water has always lain flat and deadly, where the river holds its knowledge close. And then this, light moving toward it, low, steady, like it already knows the way. You don't see where it begins. You don't see who's inside it. Just that moment where it meets the edge and doesn't hesitate. Then, not gone, not exactly, just no longer where you expected it to be. And she's there, at the edge. She's walking up to her knees. Good shoes. The current finding her the way it finds every small truth eventually. I keep thinking about that. How a body knows before it knows. How it starts to angle itself towards something you can't yet name. I used to think the river was a boundary, that it marked the edge of things. Town, road, or whatever version of the future we'd been handed. But Kit, she saw it like a door, like something you could move through if you were willing to let go of being one thing. Stories don't end when people stop listening, they move. They settle in the bend of a river, in the way light lifts off the surface, in that feeling you get when something has already passed through and left the world altered. Stand in the right place long enough, you might feel it, that shift. There's an opening just beyond where you were told to stop. She's there. Not waiting, not calling you back, on the other side of it. Not an ending. Just that. Low, steady light, moving still on.
There was a jar on the sink. Dan filled it. Of course she did. Held it to the light. Water from the tap, river water, town water, the surface shifting slightly as she turned it. She took it with her without saying why. Cut her hair first, dyed it red. The particular red of something decided. An answer. She carried the jar with her the way you carry the thing you're not ready to put down. She followed the water southwest until the farms ran out, until the fences ran out, and the water became the Franklin, fast and green and older than any argument about it. She learned the names of things, the birds that arrive before weather, the particular stillness of a wombat watching. She already knew the sounds the river made at the place where it deepens. She'd always known how to read water the way she'd always read people, carefully, from a little distance, waiting to see what it would do. Her farm disappeared, quietly. Elders who had known this country longer than any fence or name or road grew quiet quiet of peace. The other kind. The river didn't notice. A river doesn't belong to a town. Country holds its own memory regardless of what gets built on top. The jar of water sat on every windowsill she ever had. It was from home. A river running through it, and Dan, somewhere between the Franklin and whatever came after, found that the world was full of country that remembered itself if you were willing to be still enough to listen. The jar on a windowsill somewhere, catching the light, river light, and the water inside it still moving, barely, but still. Home now. The house is dark. My wardrobe door creaks. A jumper, some jeans, pants, toothbrush. The rest can stay.
Bag by my bed, zipped in the dark. The strap cuts into my shoulder. Mum's mug in the sink. Her door is closed.
We meet
Beneath a faded timetable. My mum will wake up soon.
She'll notice. Mine won't.
Hey, remember how we used to throw stones off the bridge?
You always waited for the splash.
You never did.
I liked the quiet before.
That's the river, holding her breath.
Before she decides.
What the river knows.
Rain that doesn't come. Tires and shopping trolleys half buried in the bend.
Bottles shining like fruit in the reeds. We're told she'll always run. She remembers our weight, us floating on our backs.
In town, the shop's still open at 9. The butcher wraps his cuts in paper. A school bell rings to an almost full yard.
No one counts the empty houses yet. No one names the paddocks gone to seed.
I see how water slips lower on the bank, how paint peels from the weatherboards.
I see light on tin roofs, a stubborn green along the fence line, beauty that clings. It should have come by now. We don't wait. You ready?
Nah,
Good.
the river doesn't get to choose. The road already carries us.
Past the bend, past the heat held in stones.
The road hums like a current.
Before the silence settles, before the doors stay shut,
Before we forget how the mist once rose.
before